about my feelings about this country, but there's one thing that I love about this country, and that's our melting pot. We are a culture made up of many different cultures, and because of that, I am able to experience things that I wouldn't normally. The other day, a woman at my work from Somalia brought in food, traditional African food. She left it there for everybody to eat. I've never eaten traditional African food. I have never been to Africa. And I cooked it, put it in the microwave, I ate it, it was delicious. And as I was eating it, I was thinking about this, just like, I don't get to do stuff like this normally. This is because of this American experiment that we get to, people from other countries get to come here and make a life for themselves and bring the things that make their cultures great to us. And that is such a privilege that so many people are trying to take away from us. Immigrants truly do make this country strong. It makes all of us, our lives better. It makes this country great. You will never, ever hear me say that immigrants are making us weaker. I don't speak Spanish, so I'm sorry if I butcher it, but I believe the proper nomenclature is chica la migra. This song goes out to all the straight edge people. Really? That's it? There's one? All right, cool. Usually I just see like pennies and dimes. Our set is halfway over.
Head across the street. Right here's... What's going on, everybody? I am Jacob with Pure Chaos St. Louis, and tonight I'm here with...
Drew.
Drew, how are you doing tonight? I had a great time during your set. It was amazing.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm feeling good. I've been here since 2 p.m.
Same.
I haven't eaten since 9 a.m.
Me neither.
And I feel like that was one of the strongest sets we've ever played. I feel
you guys
good.
Had some great fucking energy out there.
You. I appreciate it.
Trust me, I'm living on the same diet right now. I've only got sinkhole water and fucking sun chips in me right now, so we're living on the edge, ladies and gentlemen. But Salsa Garden as well, yeah.
That's the only kind.
That is. It's the best kind. If you get the fucking cheddar, you're weird. That or the plain. One thing I've been really wanting to talk to you about was your work with comics and everything.
Sure.
What do you do there? Like, what? Give me a full rundown.
So I write comic books. Most of them are like independent ones, but I have in the past I worked with DC Comics, trying to do more work with DC Comics, as well as some more like creator-owned stuff with some of the other publishers. Right now it's kind of just like trying to figure out writing stories, figuring out maybe who wants them, and then pitching them on pitching editors on the stuff that I've written and what I can write for them and stuff like that.
Hell yeah. I've also seen that you are also a teacher. How does that affect you in real time? Like, where do you feel that you have like a positive outcome on the kids that come through your classrooms?
I like to think that I do. Do I? I don't always know. I will say one of the things that, like, in teaching, one of the things that they're always trying to push is you want to make like positive relationships with your students, right? The kids want to like you, otherwise they don't want to learn from you all the time. And so that's where I've always thought that I really excel, is that I'm very down to earth with my students, and I joke around with them a lot without hopefully sacrificing educational time. But I've had some students who have kept in contact with me over the years. In fact, hopefully she doesn't mind me putting this out there, but I have a student from my very first year of teaching who still contacts me. She is about to graduate college, and she's like working on getting her master's and eventually taking the LSAT to become a criminal defense lawyer. And she has told me that she didn't really think that would ever be possible, because when she transferred to the school where I started working at, and she was my student for the first year, she had been in trouble with like the law, and she kind of thought that she was just going through the motions and finishing because that's what you do, but that she didn't really have much of a future. And I remember helping her register to vote, which she didn't think she would be able to do, but we found out that she didn't have any sort of criminal record that kept her from registering. And now she's like, she tells me, hey, you're coming to my graduation because I wouldn't be here without you. And I don't say that to kind of like boost my own ego, but that's a cool thing. Like, somebody told me that I had an impact on her life,
That is amazing. I know I had teachers in high school that were either absolute pricks or just like the most down-to-earth chillers on earth.
Yeah.
And I have a few still that I keep in contact with, because just like you said, those people do make a difference. Educators do make a difference, everybody. Keep that in mind. Another thing that I was wanting to ask you was, where are your favorite places to eat around town?
That's a great question. And it's one of those ones, you ask me a question, I forget everything that I know immediately. So I'm going to end up like thinking later, oh, I should have said this. Number one, the best pizza in St. Louis is at Blackthorn Pub off of Grand. They have a Chicago deep dish to die for. It is incredible. You like spicy sauce? It's in there. I also I feel like the Direct Measure guys said Gramophone. Yeah. I do like Gramophone, but I don't know that I would consider it one of my favorites, but it is a cool spot for after a show.
Definitely.
Up Late is cool. It sucks that it's just a window that you just walk up to. There's a great Vietnamese place in Webster Groves called Didi Mao that has, I mean, I just get like the fried rice from there, but it's fantastic. Douse it in hoisin sauce. I do half hoisin, and then the other half I do sriracha. It's great. Yeah.
Fuck yeah. Do you have anything coming up in the near future with Like Heaven and Good Grief, anything like that?
I know that Wednesday, which is what, the 15th of April, coming up soon.
Yes.
We have a show back here at Sinkhole with Direct Measure, and then our guitar player Dave. Our one guitar player, Anthony, plays in Direct Measure. Our other guitar player, Dave, plays in Squint, who's also playing. And then Spaced from Buffalo, New York, is the headliner. So we'll be opening that. We got some new songs in the works, moving a little slower than I think we would all like, but everybody in our band is in like 4 bands. Yeah. So things are moving, but you know, we're scheduling. As far as Good Grief goes, we're working on new songs. Everybody in that band is in a bunch of other bands too, so it's coming along, but again, slower. And yeah, that's it.
How do you feel about Chris being gone?
How do I feel about Chris being gone? Who's Chris? Yeah, he's so Chris, our bass player, plays in a bunch of bands. He plays in Family Medicine. He plays in Blight Future. He plays in Chandelier Swing with our drummer, Luca. And there's one more I'm forgetting. But how do I feel about him being gone? It sucks. But, you know, you do what you do.
Yeah. End of the day, guys, I'm having a very fun time with this whole Ice Break Fest. What are your ideas on what's going on in the world with we have ice breaking in and just taking families as is and just being complete fucking nuisances to society? How do you feel about what's going on in our world?
I don't feel good about it. You know, immigration has been an issue pretty much my entire life. And when I say an issue, I don't mean like it's an issue that is actually an issue. It's an issue that conservative right-wing grifters made up so that they can get their base to rally around some enemy that they manufactured, because that's the only way that they can get people to buy into whatever nonsense they're selling. They have to create an enemy for other people to feel superior to. And right now, it's you know, immigrants from Mexico and immigrants from Somalia. When I was young, it was immigrants from the Middle East. It's nonsense. It's you know, what they're doing with ICE is it is a stain on the country. I said during our set today, you know, that I've always thought that immigration is one of the things that makes America incredibly strong. We have this like culture where we welcome people from other countries, other cultures, to bring their history here, bring themselves here, introduce, you know, whether it's food, music, clothing, their forms of dance. Anything that makes up their culture is welcome here. And that makes us an incredibly strong country, because our national identity is built around togetherness and creating this sense of unity. And that is one of the things that I love about this country. I am so sold on the American dream that I will never, ever, ever buy into people who are trying to essentially eliminate it. That's what they're doing. They're eliminating the American dream, whether it's for immigrants, and if they're doing that for immigrants, they're definitely doing it towards somebody like me who was, you know, born here, because they're stealing from me the experience of getting to know people from other cultures and getting acclimated to what they bring to this country and what they're bringing to strengthen us. It's nonsense. I hate it. I cannot stand that this is something that has actually become a national conversation and that they're turning it into actual, like, actionable, what's the word I'm looking for? See, I get so angry about it that I can't even think about what I'm trying to say. They are turning it into action. They're going after people who all they ever wanted was to come here and make a better life for themselves. After we told them that's what happens when you come here, we promised that to them, and now we're taking it from them. And I can think of fewer crimes, humanitarian crimes, that are bigger than that.
I can fully agree with that. I believe the American dream is being stepped on every day. It is truly sad, but I believe we're running out of camera battery, but we got 40%.
I got a lot to say. No, I'm kidding.
Okay, I think that's good. I think we're going to wrap it up here. I've had a great time talking to you. You are an amazing
I appreciate
person.
it. Thank you very much.
I love your band, your music,
Thank
genuinely, like, tip-top. I remember I got out of a really bad 4-year relationship, and I came to one of your Like Heaven shows, and I listened to Flirt specifically, and that song fucking carried me throughout that whole, like, heartbreak session. So that I thank you for.
I appreciate that.
Thank you so much for talking with me.
Thank you.
You're amazing. This has been Pure Chaos St. Louis, guys.
We had to let him go because it turned out some allegations were true. The allegations being that he is, in fact, a member of family medicine.
That shit sucks, man.
I know, right? Now, they're on tour right now, so we are playing as a 4-piece tonight. So I believe they're in Toledo.
Toledo
The
script?
old Toledo scrimmage. Give me $1. I'll tell you what that means. last one. We have a little tiny bit of merch left over from older shows. I didn't bring it in. It's in my car. If you want something, I'll just give the money away to the causes tonight. We'll be right back here Wednesday with Direct Measure and Space and Squint. Chris will be with us. We're gonna play some new songs. We're gonna bust out that 9 Inch Nails cover again too. All right. This song's about debating if you should take your own life. Set everything up. Chica la migra, chica tu maga.